Nearly 8.5 million new jobs were added this September, according to data by the Center for Monitoring the Indian Economy. And joining us now to discuss that and more is Mahesh Vyas, the MD and CEO of the CMIE. Thank you very much, Mahesh, for joining us today. This number seems really big in the context of what's been happening on the job front. Please deconstruct this for our audience in terms of what it really means.
It means something good. It means that we are seeing big jobs coming back. And I think this is one of the best numbers I've seen for a very long time. 8.5 million jobs is a very large number. The total amount of employment in India is of the order of 405 or 410 million jobs at the most. And when you add 8 million to that, that's a very large number. It's like a big increase in employment. So in the month of September, oftentimes employment is not very great because the harvest season has not begun as yet. And the sowing season is over. So this is the time when employment can go a little weaker, but we have seen an increase. And the increase is all in non-farm business. So it is not in agriculture, it is non-farm business that has grown. And the largest increase is in construction industry. So more construction is happening, in rural India. I think that's a good sign.
Mr. Vyas, since you spoke about construction, would it be fair to say that the construction sector is therefore by default one of the biggest engines of the current economic revival and normalization that we are seeing?
Well, the construction industry is playing a major role in the revival efforts that we are seeing, or the revival engine that we are seeing. And in particular in construction, I will say the credit goes to a great extent to road building. So the central government is also spending a lot more on roads. We are seeing more roads getting commissioned. We are seeing more employment happening in construction, which is largely roads, but it is non-roads also. So yes, construction is playing a good role in the revival process.
Apart from construction, what other sectors do you think we can explain to our audience which are adding to this job growth that we have spoken about?
The other sector which has done very well in September is even more encouraging, because the growth has come from the manufacturing sector. Now, the manufacturing sector usually does not do very well, and we are always disappointed. Why don't manufacturing jobs grow? And this month we have seen that a good number of manufacturing jobs have come in again. The growth has come in manufacturing jobs in rural India. So construction also is largely rural India, and manufacturing is also rural India. Within manufacturing, the biggest increases are in food industries and textile industries. So that's where the spurt has been. There isn't much growth in the services sector this month.
One of the other elements that we've been noticing, and this is the dip in people seeking work under the rural employment scheme, the NREGA scheme. Does that explain why this is happening? What are the reasons? If you could again explain that for our audience.
So if there is a higher demand for labor from non-MNREGA schemes, that means from other schemes, people will go to MNREGA only if they do not get employment in alternate places. Of course, the wages in MNREGA did go up last year, but still, largely people will prefer to work in manufacturing industries if they get salaried jobs over there, or they will work in other areas, and less so in MNREGA. But I think we should wait for a few more weeks, maybe a month, before we see the numbers for September and maybe even August get corrected. Because the MNREGA website gets updated on a daily basis, and the numbers do get revised very rapidly. At least the MNREGA employment in June, July was not small. So August, September, there may be revisions. I don't expect there to be a very big fall.
One of the other questions that would naturally come up with this kind of data would be, is the phase where we saw some amount of jobs being cut. We also saw wage degrowth, salaries were cut, and we have seen some anecdotal evidence of that being restored. But the question really that I have for you is that pain, that phase that we saw, the COVID-induced pain and job losses, at least in the organized salaried class segment, is that now conclusively over, Mahesh?
Well, it seems to be getting over. I don't have the guts as yet, the inner conviction as yet, to say it is conclusively over. Mind you, we are celebrating this 8.5 million jobs that have come back, but it is after such a long time. It is after nearly 18 months of next to no growth in employment. Just last month, I had written that over the last 1 year, we have seen only 45,000 jobs getting added. So in 1 year, you had only on a net basis 45,000 jobs getting added. Then you have this 8.5 million jobs. Means that there is a lot of yo-yo. I mean, numbers go up and down because these jobs are too temporary. Mind you, a large part of the jobs around this time are also daily wage laborers. That means
Yes.
construction segment is not giving stable jobs. Although it's good to record that there has been an increase in salary jobs as well. I hope it continues to grow. I will not say it is conclusively over. This is a good sign. Let's build on it.
When you say let's build on it, how can we build on it? You spoke about the government's interventions in the road construction program. Private companies have also been hiring. How can this be built upon?
See, the most important thing is for the government to spend a lot more than they're spending right now. So when the economy is in deep dumps, when we were in the lockdown, for example, there was this double whammy that we had to remain in lockdown. Government's revenue collections had gone down, and therefore the spending capabilities were very limited. In the current year, we have seen that the revenues have been good. Corporates have made good profits, tax collections have been good. So there is revenue generation that the government has, and this is important, and the economy is not in deep in the dumps. There's no lockdown. There is a little looking up. So when there is a little looking up, you got to feed that coming up phenomena, and you feed that by government spending aggressively. It will not. The spending will not come from the private sector,
Right.
and it will not come from the household sector. So the only way this can happen is by the government spending, and this is the right time to do it.
All right. My final question, Mahesh, is this sustainable? And if so, how long do you think it will last? Because, there are still some concerns over the third wave and, the general sort of economic recovery that has not fully yet panned out in several sectors.
I will not call it sustainable yet. I mean, I'll be honest to the numbers. I'll be honest to the trend. This is not sustainable. This is delicate. This is a very welcome thing that has happened. It is a delicate victory in a sense that we have seen some jobs come back. I think it's important to build upon this, not gloat on it, and not call it a sustainable growth as yet.
All right, Mahesh Vyas, one would certainly hope for all those job seekers in a massive country like India that this trend becomes sustainable. Maybe I'm just hoping against hope, but that's how I would like to end this conversation with you. Mahesh Vyas, thank you very much for your time and for sharing those thoughts with us. With that, it's a wrap on this conversation.